Welcome to the Soft Vikings. We're on a quest for meaning, purpose, and love. I'm John, the hopeless son, the lost son.
Not hopeless, but definitively lost. I'm Eric, the tyrant, the tyrannical father.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good,
Yeah.
fine. It's still spring, beautiful, lots of smells, lots
Gorgeous.
of colors.
Yeah.
Late May in Norway is maybe the most beautiful place on earth.
It's on a short list.
Yeah, definitively.
It's,
Because it has its freshness and the light, of course.
it's like the Arctic summer.
Yeah,
Gorgeous-
everything.
gorgeous
Yeah,
couple of
short.
days.
Everything is like boof coming out, explosion, climax.
Yeah. And the transition from
Yes.
the bleak spring full of snow.
Yeah, so we love it.
Gorgeous.
I don't think the nature or that the Vikings left Norway because they were fed up with the nature. No, they wanted something new,
It's a
some more.
short harvest.
Yes, short harvest. Yeah, they were out for a gain
To survive.
and curiosity, I
fruits.
guess, also to find out and maybe learn. Not only booting and raping, but also learning.
Yeah, they were like, as I heard it best, they were traders and looters. Just depend
Yeah,
on the situation.
Yep.
So they were like pragmatic.
of course.
Like, what can we do here?
Yes.
Do we have to pay?
Yeah.
Kind of deal.
Yeah.
So we have to. We have to pay.
Okay, then we pay.
And then we trade.
Yes.
If not, maybe not so much payment involved.
No.
More
No. They have,
and trade for your life for your stuff. It's not a bad deal.
so we are in the introduction series here, trying to explain for listeners, but also for ourselves, I guess.
Yeah.
Our background, the situation we're in, where we want to grow and
Yeah, who we are.
here, the starting point.
Yeah, so we did one episode about me.
But we thought we should do one more.
We do a little more. No, I was thinking last night actually, and we touched shortly on sports and your perception that I didn't finish.
Yeah.
And that my strategy was to flee,
Yes.
but soccer was something I played for a very long time.
Yeah, there
till I
you
kind
were,
of get injured.
yes,
and,
there you had
without.
endurance. Yeah, there you were good. You were like
I
this.
was, I enjoyed that a lot.
Yes, this.
I could play most anywhere there. That was fun.
But you were a
but-
classic back
Yeah, but I played
defender.
forward and I
Yeah,
played
yeah,
a lot of things.
Yeah. But
Depended.
you were like
But
your
as-
skills setup was like
But for some reason, I played with 1 year older team
yes,
the whole way.
yeah,
It's pretty stupid.
yes,
I don't know why that happened, but it was 80,
yes,
and I'm 81, and but physically I could compete, but if I would played with the 81 team, I would be the strongest on the team. Physically,
Well, I don't remember why that happened.
I have no idea. I was just thinking about it. It was a bit strange, but because why would you? Because in sports you kind of want to
Well-
compare yourself against your peers. And a year when you're like, say, 12, to 13, it's a big difference.
But that sport you kept.
I kept going, and but I remember have like one traumatic memory, and that was in a Norway Cup,
Yeah.
which is like quite famous tournament for children
Yes.
up in Oslo.
Yes.
And I don't remember what happened, but I remember my mom's boyfriend at the
Yes.
time,
Yeah.
and you had like this big argument in front of the whole team, and I was like, yeah, so embarrassed. That was unbelievably embarrassing because
That
it was
I
like
can
this grown
understand.
man, and we were like, I don't know.
I remember it.
We weren't that old. I don't know.
No,
Norway Cup is for
I think
kids.
maybe you were 12, 13, 14.
Yeah,
No, it's not for kids. It's all about junior,
Youth.
all about 18, I think.
yeah, but it's like under 18.
Pre-senior, yeah.
But
I
yeah,
remember this,
that
and
was-
of course I've done a lot of stupid things, but actually on that one I was ambushed by this guy.
yeah, it wasn't.
I was like caught with the guard down, and I couldn't,
Yeah, there was like a feud going.
Yeah, he was
Almost.
after me all the time for maybe I don't know his reasons really, but that was the reality,
Yeah,
and so that was I couldn't do. Usually, I didn't do that type of shit. I did a lot of stupid things, but that was not.
maybe that's why it sticks out
Yes,
in my memory.
I
'cause
guess
it's
so.
atypical.
Yes.
It wasn't more like.
But how did
No,
you
it
feel
didn't.
with that? Because you had he was a kind of.
But why I brought it up is, I think the feeling right there was mostly embarrassment that like grown-ups were arguing in front of the whole team. It was like embarrassing.
But I remember you
Yeah.
had a very, complicated relationship to that guy.
Yeah, and that's why I brought up that example, because it kind of it's a very good example of how complex growing up with so many different kinds of constantly
Yeah,
relations.
this post-hippie
Yeah, because he
setup.
you don't have to go like too specific into him, but he was a really good guy in many ways, right? And he was there and helped me with many things, but he was also had his dark side, which was not good at all. And
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like that. It's very hard. It's so much easier if someone is just either you're an asshole or you're a great guy.
But
It's so much better.
most people
For
you
a
meet
kid.
are in the middle there. So
Sure, but as a kid, you kind of get conflicted, and
no, I remember that you were stressed out. I think that was part of the reason that you moved like full time
yeah.
to me.
But then wasn't he out? I don't recall. It's
That's part
it's
of it.
been so many things. That's the thing with my upbringing. I can't really.
Can't
There
or
was
won't.
s-
It's too
maybe
painful.
I can't. I probably can, but there's been so many changes in
It's-
in both parents' lives. Like yeah.
I
So it
remember
gets a
one
little-
thing that was like, wow, it's like, wow. But you were doing the skiing in the team you were in Reddy, wasn't that the club?
Yeah, you mean like downhill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you were
Yeah,
like,
I think that was that might
and
be right.
they had a, it was not a summer camp, it was a pre-season camp up in some of the glaciers.
Yeah, right. I remember. Yeah.
And I wanted you to, go for it, and it's important. And you were not comfortable with it. There were some reasons I don't really remember. It's maybe it was something with the other ones, or you were the only one in your age group.
Yeah, I
or-
was like the youngest.
Yeah, so you didn't feel comfortable. And I remember you were sitting in my car and I
Yeah.
was driving you back to your mother and I pushed you and pushed you and pushed you
Uh-huh.
because you have to do it and just go for it and you will overcome. And it's like you were like getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And you went out of the car and then this pattern started. Then you didn't communicate because you didn't do it.
No.
No. And then you just didn't show up because you were like 12, 13, so you could, choose not to come.
I started finally to have a say.
Yeah, you
matters,
had
huh?
to say, and the way
I
you
was
did it
12.
was just to not communicate and just not be there.
Yeah.
And I think that lasted maybe a month or something, or 2 months.
Yeah.
So that was like the first time you did that.
Hmm.
Just
That was the first time, huh?
escape
Yeah,
and,
I
and,
don't
and, and
recall
not
that.
communicate. No, I remember.
think it was,
What I remember now as very painful is that I didn't listen to you at all, and your arguments. You tried, in your way to voice your reasons, but that
Mhm.
was like, get over it.
Get over it.
Yes,
Do it.
do it. It's good for you. It's like you will be stronger. And
that was some,
that type of approach didn't really.
Didn't really sit well.
No,
No, it's
I
been a
think
long
it
time,
was,
but I think I remembered. I think some of the other students were some really assholes.
Yeah, I think
some
you
of them were
maybe,
like real pricks.
I think
like,
some of there
not
were some
nice.
girls there or something. That older girls.
There were probably some girls involved.
Yeah,
too.
and they were like, mocking you or on
I
your
think maybe
back
they
or
were
something.
just flirting with me, and I
Yeah.
didn't understand.
Maybe
because I got some love letters
Yes,
after.
later.
But-
Yeah, you were
but-
insecure, and
but that's
and,
hard to know when you're 12.
Yeah. And also, it was. I think it was a little classical because I think some of the parents were asked to be there because it was some sort of a camp, and they needed.
The grown-ups.
Yeah. Because it's a lot of work you have to do. You have to set the slope and. And I think I signed.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that was the story. I signed up for that, and then when it were like close to happen, I had something else I felt was more important.
Oh,
So I had to wave and say, "Okay, I cannot do it."
but you were there, weren't you?
I were there one.
Oh, you weren't there the whole.
No, but this time we're talking about where you didn't go, and I tried to push you.
Yeah.
I think the context were that we were supposed to go together, and therefore you were more comfortable with it.
I don't
Then I
remember that.
pulled out,
Okay.
and I tried to push you to go alone.
Well, that's been a very it's been a pattern that that you did so much. I don't even remember those times because you were so
You
many
won't.
times you
That was a
changed
pattern,
your
yes.
plans
Yeah.
or came late.
Yeah.
That was like I knew like if I had a deal with you at 9, I should say 8 at
Yes.
least.
Yes.
Because then at least there was a hope you came. So it was like African time, or whatever you call it. It wasn't the Nordic deadline thing, and of course that has many people do this. It's a very, as I learned later, it's a very passive aggressive move to not respect other people's time.
It's bad.
Yeah, but it's a very like a domination. It's a domination move, but it's passive. It's like
yeah, you can
not
see it
in your
in
people's
many
face.
many aspects, and it's arrogant. It's disrespectful.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's also like arrogant that you are like putting yourself over the others, that you are more important, so you can come whenever you want, and they have to wait for you.
Don't have to wait.
So
It
that's
is a move.
and I did that a lot of times, not only with you, but I don't know. I think
There's an element of like self-flagellation, like you also punishing yourselves, yourself in that kind of move, because you know that it will not give other people will like you less when you do it. And it's an
I haven't-
understanding.
Yeah, that's maybe the
So
deeper level.
there is something.
But also that you it's priorities, and it's also like a power situation that you feel that you can get away with it, or that you're more important and the other ones have to wait with you for you because you have something they want or need.
That can be, because I listened to one of this podcasts with Kaspar,
Yes.
and I think it was him,
Yes.
and he had like a show about it, and he had a
Kaspar for you is a friend of ours, Kaspar Seip, which is like a wise guy, and he work with people and teach them to face reality as it is, and to
useful.
carry your own load, and don't throw all your shit over the fence, over other people's fence, and don't accept to take other people's shit. That's the short version of his theory.
I remember I called him. He was like you, just not angry.
Yes,
Because you guys are very similar in like
in
appearance,
body
and
size.
in many ways, in other ways as well.
Yes.
Because you're both like intelligent and.
Thank you.
But he is more caring. He's less
Yeah.
angry.
He's not
a more
angry. He's
peaceful
more
guy.
he's more friendly.
He's more out in the woods,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
But the point was that he had to make it short. He had like a short story there, and he had a client that she always came late to his session,
Okay.
and he was wondering why.
Yes.
And then one day I think he saw her outside, and she was doing some kind of obsessive thing with walking on some lines and stuff.
Okay,
She
yeah.
was there
Yeah.
way earlier.
Yeah.
And she took her time.
She had to come late.
Yeah. And he asked her, I might be wrong though, but I think he asked her too, like, do you do this other times?
Yes.
And she was like, yeah, well, I'm supposed to meet someone, then I know I'm supposed to go, then I sit down and have a coffee.
Yes.
But I don't enjoy the coffee.
No.
It becomes like a compulsive thing.
Yes.
You do it on purpose.
Yes. Now,
And
for
this
me, it
late
was
thing.
in a way, it's like it's complicated in a way because for me at least, first of all, I did it because I thought I could get away with it. Because I were like in a situation where I had some resources or some things that people wanted from me.
Yeah, but get away with it. What do you mean?
Not
Like
get away
people
with it, but it's like I could,
Like
I can
pull it off somehow.
Not like that, but I can do all this. Try to pack more things into the calendar than it could carry, and then you end up that people wait for you.
Yeah.
I didn't have this that but the sad thing is when we're talking and I get the feeling that like it's like if you were sitting and waiting for me, that is a really reminder that you're not really important for me, or it's like
Yeah, that's what it means.
yes, and
Because it's very simple.
yes,
It's like the Hollywood movie.
yes,
The iconic scene is sitting waiting for someone,
yes,
thinking, why aren't you here?
yeah. Why don't you come?
Because you said so. And that's...
I think that has cost me a lot in life. I've learned, lately, not lately, but maybe last 10, 15 years, I changed gradually.
Yeah. You're more concerned about.
Yeah, I want to.
And if
I
you
don't want
can-
to. I think people that come late are assholes, and I don't want to be an asshole because I see that you cannot. Of course, there could be reasons, but if you
Well,
do it regularly,
Sometimes it happens.
yeah. If you do it regularly and
That's the thing.
and you calculate, in the back of your head that okay, I'm entitled to do this.
No, it's like I said when I was young, I knew I had to schedule you an hour before, so it wasn't like it was expected. So it was pretty bad back then. But now, like you say, the last decade or so,
Yes.
it's been
But
you're
it-
much more reliable. Now it's minutes.
Yes, or
Not
maybe
hours.
maybe before.
Maybe before.
But
And-
just to push back, my friend, you also sometimes missing time.
I mean, it
I've
happens.
been waiting for you many times also.
Sure,
So,
it
yes.
happens, but I rarely plan to be late, and I do my best to be on time. And I always
Yeah, I think
I learned that lesson young. That
I
wasn't
think
okay.
your pattern towards other people than me are maybe different.
Yeah, and I would
Because towards
would
me,
let them
there
know.
is more complicated.
I at least I try to inform as soon as I know myself.
Yes,
I'm gonna
but
be late.
we have had a lot of appointments where you haven't shown up.
But that's
but
not
that's
been that's not been tardiness. That's been other issues.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
then we can, maybe dare to go into that room because,
Sure. Because, like-
the episode I referred to, you were like 12, 13, and you didn't want to go to this training camp on the glacier. That was the first time you just went away, didn't communicate. But that pattern is like being following our relationships almost up to this day.
Yeah. So it's a very interesting question why that is. I guess it worked, so I copied the pattern, and I didn't get. I got approval from other people as well for that action, right? Like my mom and
Yeah, they were
the other one,
applauding it.
They were approving it. They weren't saying don't do that.
No.
So then,
They also wanted to punish me a little, I guess.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they were not against that. They were for it.
Mm.
So I think, and when you're like that age, that's when you learn patterns. So I think that stuck in many ways.
Yeah, because
And to be fair, though, it's like Sun Tzu. Sometimes the only way to win the war is not to fight it.
that's true.
And the way with you, sometimes the only way to win is not to be there.
That's also true.
And unfortunately, I think that's because
That's part of it.
I wasn't a dumb kid. So
No.
think that
No.
was-
But I'm just trying to get the emotional part of it and how it was inside
Yeah, I think
you.
when we speak about it now and other things, it's because you simply didn't listen. So why would I argue with you or tell you? You weren't listening anyways. So the best message is the silence.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's also the worst. It's a very cruel way. So I don't like it.
No, I
Because
think
it
it's a
is
way
very
to show power, show strength.
Yeah,
That's
it's cruel
okay,
in many ways
yes,
because
yes.
the other person don't know.
No,
at
for
all.
me it's been really painful, stressful.
Yep.
Each time you just close down communication,
Mm.
and also because this pattern has been like in our relationship since then, and now you're 42, and that was like 30 years. That's been like the pattern.
It was like on and off, yes.
Yeah.
right?
It's, yeah.
So it happened.
I only know my side of it, what I felt
Mm.
when these periods, and it's been super painful, stressful. So in a way, I guess you know that you inflict some pain on me or did me some damage. That's maybe part of it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's a part of it, but it's not like I don't enjoy it at all. Like on a
No,
on a
but the
personal level.
pattern, I'm
But I
driving,
I get it.
I'm pushing
I
here.
get that it hurts.
Yeah,
and
but
that it's
the
painful.
pattern is also been that this happens in period where you're not, having it, where your general situation was not so good, that you were through difficult times, either with your drug abuse or, with other things.
Anything. Yeah, because then I didn't have the force to deal, basically.
No, and I guess
takes me to be on my feet to deal with you.
Yeah, to stand up to the big judge.
You're not. If you're gonna face the tyrant, you better be in shape and come equipped.
Yeah,
or else you're gonna have a shitty day.
Yeah.
So I think that's the pattern that emerged, and it's probably started then. Like we talked about, like that was the way I learned to solve or deal with it in a way.
Yeah, and then
was to avoid the discussion, but sometimes, some other times I just wanted to be by myself, left alone, because sometimes you can be pretty. If I'm
intense.
If I'm not feeling good about, or like having a good times, or whatever you call it, I was like, that was not a pleasant conversation, because you were not pulling any punches, so to speak. That's the reason.
I see it,
but I also see it was has a very takes a toll. Like it's not I'm not oblivious to the harm. I understand that it hurts.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. That's how we're
also
structured.
a part of it.
So that's how a relationship,
But what I'm trying to get at is that I didn't enjoy it myself. I really disliked the way of doing that. So when that pattern emerges, I feel like shitty.
There wasn't like a sweet victory. It was
no, I felt shitty all the while that I was doing, but that was the only way I knew how. Maybe.
Yeah, and that's your maybe some of your basic pattern in life when you meet things that's uncomfortable or hard, or that you get bad feelings inside yourself that you don't know where to place.
Yeah.
Then you just shut down.
Withdraw.
Yeah, withdraw, shut down.
Yeah.
Escape, and either to silence, isolation, drugs. You have all this mix.
And then escape, right?
Yes.
Escape from the issue.
Yes. And looked from my side, that strategy. It's been really, I have never, just until now these days, found a way how to, be in that.
Yeah.
It's been, I've been, hopelessly without any angle or any way in when all this happened.
So extremely successful tactic in many ways.
Yeah, we're sitting here, so and we're not dead.
No,
I'm seeing you in a different light. I think what I'm seeing now much more is that you're such a brave person, and your bravery and sensitivity is, I haven't really, understood it and appreciated it
Huh.
in a way. And that's,
Hmm.
I'm very sorry for that.
Yeah. That's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
Yeah. And that's, I'm glad we are doing this. I think it's a very privileged thing
It
because
is.
so many people don't have a chance or take the chance.
Yeah, I think
There's a risk.
there is some love here that has survived,
Yeah.
and it's possible to build on.
Yeah, because all the times I said like, okay, I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know what to do and I can't fix it. And I always felt bad about it. It's like, because I didn't want to have it like that. I of course wanted my father in my life, but I didn't know how to deal with this tyrant. So I was like, what do I do? And then the solution I picked was not to fight.
Yes,
It was to
withdraw.
hide and
Yes.
see another day. I think I read it in Sun Tzu or something.
I don't know
I'm
if you
pretty
had a
sure
theory
because-
about it or if you are
he's
building the theory after. That's
the art of war is a very powerful,
the art of explanation is like an
even
always.
stronger.
Yeah, you say I was planning to do this. and
No, I
that,
think
but
the first time I did it, I definitely not.
no, I think very often in life the plan comes after the action.
Yeah,
Things happen,
of course.
and then you
How
say,
perfect
okay.
the plan is.
Yes.
No, but the first time it happened there, it was. I think if my surroundings didn't say this was okay, probably maybe wouldn't have been a pattern. Maybe I'm just speculating. but
but
since I got approval.
let's just walk a little, from the first time it happened when you were like 12, 13, right?
Yeah,
This skiing camp episode, and then
because I said yes to so many things.
yes,
I
but
mean,
then-
remember you sent me and the kid of your partner to. I don't know if she sent us or you sent us, but this Osho camp, we were like 15
that was
for a month in the summer to like city outside Amsterdam. It was like, oh
But
Lord.
you enjoyed it, didn't you?
Yeah, but it's a cult.
It was a cult. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I
yeah.
had some great fun, but it's also quite disturbing.
Yeah, it was. Just to give context, Osho is this guru. He was like big in the 80s, 90s.
Yeah. So it was like after his time, right? Was
yeah, he
dead
was
then?
dead.
He
but,
was dead,
he had built up this distribution of Osho centers, and there was like a strong community in Oslo.
I think he's quite well known. He had like a Netflix show. So
Yeah.
people know now.
Yeah, he had 20 Rolls Royces, and and he also had this theory of to get through, because sexuality is very disturbing because it's such a big energy, and so his way to deal with it was okay.
Like
Get it done.
Indulge.
Yeah, get it done. So like it was like free sex, fuck, and do everything, and after that you can start, to
And
work
then
with
you
your soul.
meditate.
Yeah, and
It's pretty intelligent.
yeah.
But it's like any cult. He knew like the other guys. You have to control, like of course people's time
yes,
and sleep.
yes,
Make him sleep less,
yes,
and sexuality,
yes.
and then
But
you
so in
got
the
him.
world-
Then
yeah.
you got him.
Yeah, but it was like so. This free sex type was like very powerful attraction, I guess. I don't know how they practiced that down in Amsterdam in this youth
Well,
camp.
they had us separated, so they tried to keep some standards,
Okay,
but it wasn't.
they didn't police it very hard, or you could.
No, it was opposite. They
Yes.
encouraged.
Okay,
There was no policing.
no.
It was like it's pretty strange. It was like we were sleeping in a dorm, but
Yes,
they had like a special room you can go to. And we were so young,
Yes.
so insecure
you were
about
too
it all.
young. Yes,
Too young.
yes, and
So
your
maybe if you were
stepbrother
like
there, he
coup-
was not really a front runner in those matters.
I don't think that helped him. That
No.
experience.
No,
At least I had
it
some.
shocked him.
I think so,
Okay.
but I'm not sure. But at least I had some girlfriend there, of
Yeah.
course, and some.
Yeah,
But there wasn't like really sexual. It was a
No.
little too young. But
a
there
little
was
bit of kissing.
yeah, it was like a little bit, but got some love letters,
Yeah.
and it was nice. So I mean, from a romantic experience, it was fine. But the grown-ups were crazy.
Yeah, of course. But
It was
but
a
this was
hippie camp.
Yeah, it's super hippie camp.
Love, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah. Go
In
for
the
it.
disguise of
I-
yogi.
Actually, I'm proud of that move. That
Proud
was a good move. I mean, I've done a lot of bad moves, but that one
It
was.
wasn't the worst move.
No.
And, no. And it was
But
pretty.
this was nothing about your escape.
No, I'm just saying that was like so just to exemplify growing up, it wasn't just alpine camp. It was
No, it's I
variety
had
of things there,
repertoire.
and people. There were so many strange, different kind of influences there. It was not just I grew up in a Christian home.
No.
It was quite a wide specter
Yeah.
of people.
Modern.
Very modern.
Yeah,
And
because
like meditation and some of this and then some of that and
I'm a true hippie. I'm like one of the original ones. I like
the old G
Yeah,
hippie.
I'm a little too young to be a 68er. I was like 13 in 68.
You were on like on
But
the,
I
on the
was
hard
on-
end.
Yeah, but I was there. The Rolling Stones were
The brutal 70s.
visiting Oslo in 66.
Oh.
I didn't have the tickets to the concert, but they were coming on the old Oslo airport in Fornebu, and we were like, and then there was no like system or gates; they were just coming out on this big,
Just on the tarmac.
yes, yeah,
Out.
yeah, and there
Like
were
a bus.
some fences and there, and we were standing there and screaming. So I was like a part of it,
Yeah.
and I started smoking weed when I was like 13. So
You
that's
were-
68er. So I lived
You,
through all
you
this.
caught up.
Yeah, so that values with that mix with meeting the East, meditation, yoga, and everything. So I had that in me, and
Yeah.
in a way, some of this, both the first of all the aesthetics, but also the moral and ethics, and also the practices. From that has been good friends for me my whole life, actually.
Yeah, it's been some values.
Yes.
Uh,
So I
'cause you
think that's why I sent you to that Osho camp, because I thought that maybe, but
But
he's
you-
a freak. But there is good sides with all of these guys. So
no. Don't get me wrong. I think it was a very educational experience.
amateurs, boom.
It was an educational experience
Yes.
in many ways. But your parents weren't Christian, so you kind of didn't have a religion
No.
growing up so much.
My parents, at least my father, was like actively. I think their liberation or progress was really to say no to the church, because they were like the first generation.
It was their parents again. They were probably.
Yeah, they were. But my grandparents wasn't. Yeah, they were like normally. But I think my grandparent was a priest, one of them. But my father was like of this, modern liberal anti-church, get free from that, and also, not necessarily from the ethics, but from the morality.
From the rules.
Yeah, from the rules and the
morality.
moral. You don't do that, don't do that. The strict big finger.
Yeah, the birth control shook it up. That's
It
for
did,
sure.
but they were before that.
That's before that.
Yeah,
So they kind of started before.
yes. The pill, I don't know. They come in the
60s.
60s.
Yeah.
So
So then they were rebelling against because they kind of grew up. So they were kind of
so
they
we
were
had,
growing up after World War. That's when they were young, in a way, right? After
yeah, they
45.
were. My father took his master in engineer master in 44 for during the war. So he
yeah,
he was
so
like
so
20
young.
when the war broke out.
So he kind of
Yes. So
he was a post-war child.
pre-boomer. I'm a
pre-
boomer.
between the first and the second
I'm a
World War.
boomer.
Yeah, you're a boomer.
But I think they call that the Great Generation, or the Silent Generation. They did
Yeah.
the job.
Didn't have much of a choice.
They did the job. No.
They did that. Yeah, they called
Yeah.
at least in America.
Yeah.
That's what they called them.
Yes.
But the fact is that they didn't have much of a choice.
No, but they were also the first, adults in this new environment when things were like getting very liberal. And
Yeah, like post-war,
yes,
they were the adults.
yes,
So you can actually blame them
of
for the
course,
shit show.
of course, of course.
Because this they were so brave and so on. Yeah, okay, but they were drafted, so
Yes.
they didn't have a choice.
No,
It wasn't a voluntarily basis here.
no.
So, but you can. I think you always have to blame the past.
Yeah, but
Because it
what I wanted
explains-
to get at was like I was a pretty confused guy, so I had this new age thing, hippie thing going, and I also were like traditional Norwegian values, outdoor,
Yeah,
skiing,
spicy mix.
sports, and I had always had this endurance in me, so I can just keep going. I don't know, but
Yeah.
pretty a lot of energy, and not always knowing how to manage it. So of course, that was this Oslo camp. I think that was from love, in meaning that wanted to expose you for something I felt maybe had some value. So I don't think
that
that's
was your worst move at
No,
all.
no,
That's was a okay one.
but
Yeah.
but I just trying to get that the next time I remember where you just went into radio silent,
Mm-hmm.
because as we talked about after the high school, you went directly to your military service.
Yeah.
As a Marine, or what was you were in the coastal defense? You
Just say-
you
yeah,
were
it's
in the
like a-
army, not in the Marine.
I don't know what the American English word is for it, like, but it was like a.
The Marine
you would
and the
I
Air
think-
Force
I think
and
you
the
would.
Army. I guess maybe.
I think you would. It's not the Navy, but I
No,
think you
the
would
Navy.
actually. It's like a Marine.
yes.
We were trained to do like
Yeah,
we were trained as a shock ambush troop on a boat.
but on a small boat.
Yeah, so we were just
Linked to-
inserted, and then we
Yeah.
would run up in the mountain and
Yeah. So I
and
think
wait for you.
I think you were not in the Navy. You were.
No,
in
it's not the Navy.
No.
Sjøforsvaret. It's
Yeah.
like it is the coastal defense,
Coastal defense.
but
yes.
it's like a separate
It's
branch
a little mixed, yes.
because we got so much coast,
Yes. And very little defense.
very little. So that was we were one of the few funded, actually positively funded camps at the
Yes,
time in
yes,
Norway. So
yes.
we had our hands full.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
You had a real service.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was no joke.
Yes.
And I mean, you tested your limits,
Yeah.
which is it's like
But you
were
enjoyed
in
some of it. You
yeah, but in retrospect, you forget the
bad
the,
shit.
the bad and the
Yeah.
boring,
Yeah.
because it's mostly boring and waiting. And
But
shit.
after you finished your military service, I was, of course, on your neck. What shall you do? And you were living home either by me or you
After
had
the
your own
army.
room. I remember in the house.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
your
I
sister
think
were there. Tara was born.
I remember.
She was like 4,
living.
5.
No, yeah, but I think straight after, actually, I lived with some friends. A friend's house
Yeah,
up the street. He was having the whole house alone.
but it was like back and forth. So it was a period where you were. I don't know what you were doing. I don't know if you worked. I don't remember. It
Oh.
was maybe some, but there was a discussion. I was like, "What in hell are you gonna do?"
Yeah. That was
Because you didn't have a plan.
not a plan, and not a
at
plan
all.
you approved of, for sure.
Yeah, no plan is like, come on.
No, I had plans too then, but they
you
didn't
didn't have an
happen.
articulated plan. At least you didn't put the plan forward and discussed it with me.
Well, the committee didn't accepted submissions. I
No,
think.
but
I was,
you're escaping a little here because
no, but I do recall that time, and
But
and
did
I
you have a
had
plan?
some,
What
I
was
had
the-
many ideas of what I liked to do. But
Yeah.
I also went to the university then, that time,
Yes.
and I took like the introduction courses you
yeah.
have to take.
yeah, forberedende.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
two things, X-Fill, X-Fac.
Yeah,
Still have, I think you
Yes,
still
you-
have to do them.
yeah.
So I
You
was
still have
thinking about,
still have something
going
of
there.
value to offer.
and I remember at that time too, I was like, they had this program in Denmark. It was like this chaos pilot, I think
Yes.
they called it. I
Yeah.
thought that was really pretty cool.
Yeah, you went there also.
No, I didn't ever, but I wanted to.
Okay, you were like smelling on it, sniffing.
Yeah. But I was just, I think also I needed a break. I was tired of school.
Yeah,
And, and that
fair
was,
enough. Fair enough. Also, I'm just.
And I was having fun and doing partying and girls and friends. And actually, those that year, 2 years was pretty cool, actually.
Yep.
Um,
But I,
like
of
a gang
course,
having
yeah.
we had a little cash from you get your severance pay from the army.
Yes.
So
But I remember I was on your neck.
yeah, but that was always the case. Mostly,
It's still the case.
very few times it was not.
It's still the case.
Still the case. So I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah.
It's not a surprising move.
No.
But and that's actually something that hit me the other day. I was listening to some podcast, and he said that his parents have such high belief in him that when he was like a middle-aged man, and if he said, "I'm gonna be the fastest 100-meter sprinter in the world," they would said, "Yes, you can do it, son."
Yeah.
And I thought, like, I think I had the opposite.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's been a really hard thing for me to deal with, because the belief and that hurted my like long term confidence. Meaning I always had kind of maybe you should say I had confidence in the moment, but my self-esteem wasn't there. It's been a big mismatch between how I can behave in a moment or perform in a moment compared to how I can look at myself from the outside
In a way, you are a mystery for me.
in the future.
And I'm starting to see, because and that maybe will, be opened up in this series.
Mm.
But what I'm remembering is that I were at your neck, and what in hell is your plan? What you're gonna do? Work, education. It was a push towards more education.
Yeah.
And then I guess it was some friends of yours that had a plan of starting to study medicine in Budapest, in Hungary.
Yeah,
I
I think
don't-
I,
I
but I
didn't-
think I thought about the idea, but to get into Norway would require like so much extra work.
Yeah, you were thinking of being a
Because
doctor,
my
right?
grades weren't high enough.
No,
And they're
because-
really, you have to
Yeah.
have like straight A's to get into medical.
Yeah,
in
you
Norway.
didn't have that plan at high school, so you didn't focus. You didn't
not
put
at
in
all.
the work.
No,
You
no,
didn't
no.
put
The
in the
last
work.
year and a half at high school, I didn't care.
No.
I was
At all.
like,
So that,
no.
but then you had the other option. If you wanted to study medicine and become a doctor, you could do it in Budapest because there you could have access.
It's entrance exams.
Yes.
So it's more performance based,
Yes.
not on your grades from high school, which is
And
a
that
better
is-
way.
Yeah, and that is, but maybe we shall say that story, and so now we have put out that your basic strategy dealing with pain or with unpleasant emotions or with me or whatever is being to withdraw when it's like topping up, being too much.
Yes,
Uh,
that's a strategy I
go-
have used.
Yes, go into silence and escape, and sit in your own pain because it's been painful for you also.
Yes, it hasn't been like a careless act.
No.
That it hasn't happened.
And when you were younger, you were encouraged by your mother and whatever person was around her that it was okay that you didn't, communicate with your father. That it was like an understandable reaction based on
Yeah.
what had happened or what you told, or
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean-
and then that's quite different to my strategy to deal with pain and deal with uncomfortable things because I'm always attacking
Yeah.
and using my endurance, and
Uh-huh.
so
Is
that's
it-
pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And that story is long. So
why
we
you
can-
learned to do that is a curious question.
Yeah, that's the mystery. Is it my upbringing? Is it my personality? We shall start the personality, discussion. We go through that next episodes. Next,
Yeah. It's a mix, that's for sure.
always a mix.
And,
So that's like and also this strong belief I have in your agency that you can really pull yourself up by the bootstraps. In a way, I believe that, or not like completely, but I of course it's easy for me because blah blah. But so
Yeah.
that's also been like I'm reading people in that.
I think you would give other people way more slack and the benefit of the doubt than you've ever given me, many ways.
Yeah.
It's my experience.
Yeah. No, it's like I love you, and I also
It's like a
want
mini
to-
me.
Yeah, and I want you to be. Of course, it's this mix because parents want their kids to. One thing is to to have a good life, and also, but they also want them to bring some glory to them, that you can say, "Oh, my son is doing that," blah, blah, blah. So you can, swim in the sunshine from their success.
That makes sense.
And that from the way we judge people, if they have a big job or they have money or they create this or build that. In that realm, you haven't really been a big achiever.
No,
No.
I haven't been interested.
No, or whatever. We can find out of that. But the point,
No.
yeah, I believe you. But the point is that I always longed for that, and that's a mixed thing because in itself it's a good thing if you have a good life and succeed in whatever you want. But
Mhm.
it's based on what you want, and of course. But I'm always been, shamed in a way. It's like because people normally, that's the way we judge each other, or we ask, how is John doing, what is he doing, right?
Yeah, it's a very common question.
Yeah, and
Which
I
is
never
very-
had good answers.
It's very
When
shallow.
when I
anyways.
try to avoid answering,
Mhm.
so that's been painful.
Yeah.
But that pain is also about my expectations or about my perspectives and lack of understanding who
Mhm.
you are.
Mhm.
And yes,
For sure. And when it comes to if you desire like respect and admiration from your kids, you have to give like there's a respect issue. Which I think that's at the core there.
That one is but what I just wanted to hammer in is that a lot of my I was looking at you in a very egoistic way. You should be something I could be proud of, and
Something
you know,
you can like, hey,
Yeah.
show off to
yeah,
whoever
like
you
a
meet.
trophy.
right?
He's
Here,
like,
look-
yeah,
look
and
at this
also
great-
because you have so much talent and you're such a gifted person in many ways.
Mhm.
So I had like these high expectations about you, you know, achieving and being this whatever. And you, of course, fell short of that, and that way of thinking that you fell short and that you should achieve more, it's still embedded in me. It's very hard
Yeah.
for me to, you know, get it out. It's like I'm judging you from that every day.
Yeah, I
Still.
think you do.
I guess you feel that.
Yeah,
And I'm
I'm,
also very curious, and I hope
very used to it.
we can, yeah, of course, but that we can during these talks find more about it out, and you know, you really feel your deeper feelings and your defense also, because you have a super strong defense.
Mhm.
It's super hard to crack you.
highly trained.
Highly trained,
Yeah, yeah,
almost impossible to crack.
No, it takes a lot to break me down and make me lose my shit.
Yeah, yeah,
You got to be my girlfriend or something.
yeah. Okay.
Then it's a little easier. It's I think we're gonna
Yeah, I think we should
land
land.
today.
Yeah.
So we'll pick up next time.
Yes.
But I think we are starting to get somewhere.
We are, and then we have the next episodes. We will go into this, try to, you know, establish our personalities in a way, if you, with some tools and some structure.
Sure.
So we can, you know, work on that and see what that brings us.
Yes, that's the plan.
That's the plan. Always good with a plan.
Very good.
Yes.
As a doctor of one of my girlfriend's father said, no, if you have no plan, you plan to fail.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
And one of my, I had one sort of, you know, hotshot I'm working with, and he had a lot of sayings, and one of them it's very easy to make a plan, but it's very hard to remember where you put it.
Yeah, where did I put that great plan? yeah, it's plans are good, but got to be a little flexible as well.
Yeah, they are. They're often like
And keep it in your
crumbling
pocket.
in facing reality. Your plans can be.
Yeah, make him after.
Yeah. Most
Then
plans
looks great.
All the good plans for the great guys are made after the reality.
I
Of
think
course.
that is way true.
Yes.
Then you look great.
Yes.
Like, look at my great plan.
But we have a plan.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Bye bye.
Thanks for today. Bye bye.